Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Word Puzzles group in the Create tab of the Timesavers add-in. The purpose of the Word Puzzles group is to help you to create crossword puzzles and word searches as quickly as possible. It also allows you to create number searches and math searches, which is a new feature that I've added. Okay, so we're going to start off looking at the crossword puzzles. Before you can start, you first need to start off by saying or filling in the number of words you want to use. So I'm going to create a crossword puzzle with 10 words and the size that you want, the maximum size that you want your crossword puzzle grid to be. So this in this case would be a 20 by 20 grid. I'm going to change that down to a 10 by 10 grid and we'll see if that fits. Okay, so I'm going to go and click on the crossword puzzle button, and now it brings up the screen over here asking me to fill in my clues and words that I want to use in my crossword puzzle. So I've already got those ready, so I'm just going to go and copy and paste them from Excel into the table over here. I'm creating a crossword puzzle for ordinal numbers, so my clues are first, second, third, fourth, and so on, and then the words are the word versions of those clues. Okay, so now once I've got that in there, I can also choose if I don't want to use this font. This is the default font, it's Century Gothic, but if I want to have a different font for my crossword puzzle, I can do that now before I create it, and it will actually then be quicker than if I were to have to go and change it myself. So to do that, you can just go and change the font of the text in this table over here, and it will then change. So I can change it to that if I want to, and it will then use whatever font I have over here. It will use that font for my crossword puzzle. So now that I've done that, while I'm on this slide that has the clues and the words, I go and I click over here on the crossword button again, and now it's going to create my crossword puzzle for me. Okay, so now it brings up a message over here saying please fill in the maximum height in inches that you wish the crossword puzzle to have. Now in this case, I can see over here that it fits. So using the default size of 5.56 inches will work because it does fit. I can see that my puzzle is going to fit with the clues underneath it. But if it wasn't fitting nicely, I could change this to a slightly smaller size for the puzzle so that I have enough space for my clues as well. But I'm just going to leave it as it is. So I'm going to click on OK. And now it's going to take me to the next slide, which has my puzzle on it. And I can fill in my title over here. So I'm going to make that ordinal numbers, and then this is the version of the crossword puzzle that the students would receive, where they would have to go and fill in all the words. And then over here you've got the solutions or the answer key for that crossword puzzle. So that's how you use the crossword button. Now we're going to go and have a look at the word search option. So now the word search option, there's a lot more to it because there's a lot more that you can kind of do with it than the crossword option. We're going to start off, again, just like for the crossword one, we need to fill in the number of words and the size grid that we're going to use. I'm going to leave those as 10 and 10 because I'm going to have 10 words and I'm going to try and see if it fits onto a 10 by 10 grid. If it doesn't fit, it will bring up a message saying that it didn't fit and prompting me to increase the size. Okay, so now over here, for the word search, you're also going to select an option over here. You can choose either to have your word search with all uppercase letters or all lowercase letters or a mixture of uppercase and lowercase. You can also now choose numbers and math, and I will show those to you as well. Then over here, you can choose what direction do you want your words to be in the word search. If you don't want all of the directions, which they are all selected by default, but if you don't want all of them, you can deselect the ones you don't want. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the word search button, and it's going to bring up a slide similar to how it did for the crossword one that I did over there. It also has the option of filling in clues and words over here. Now in this case, the clues are not necessary. You don't have to fill in the clues. This is just if you want students to have to figure out what the words are before they go and find them on the word search, then you can fill in clues for them over here. If you leave this blank, then the students will just be given a word list using the words that are over here. So you don't have to fill anything in here if you don't want to. Okay, so I'm going to go and copy and paste in some clues and words that I already have ready. So those are the clues and words that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to go and click on my word search button. Now it says that I have 62 spaces left over. If I would like to add a hidden message that can be discovered once all the words have been found, then I can fill it in. Okay, so I can fill in a hidden message if I want to. Now, if I were to put any punctuation in here, then the punctuation would be removed when adding in the hidden message. Also, any spaces won't be counted as well. Okay, and any extra spaces that are left over after the hidden message is finished will then just be filled in with random letters. So now I can click on OK, and now my word search is being created. You can see over here that I've got my word search, and here there is the hidden message. Now you may need to resize and so on if that isn't fitting nicely. But that is for the students to be able to fill in the hidden message once they have found it. And then here you've got the clues and space for the students to fill in the words. You may want to do some resizing, some reformatting here if you want to. Okay, and then over here you can also fill in the title just like you could for the crossword puzzle. And then on the next slide, again, you've got your solutions, and here you've got your hidden message and the answers or the word list filled in based on the clues that you filled in. So that is how it works when you are using clues over there. Now, if you didn't want to have clues, you could just leave this blank, as I said, and we can go and click on the word search button over here. Again, you can fill in a hidden message, but you don't have to. If you just leave this blank, then there will not be a hidden message. It will just fill in all the extra spaces with random letters. I can click on OK. Okay, so now it's creating it, and there I've got my word search, and they've just been given the word list using the words that are over there because this was blank over here. Now you can see over there you've got your words in the word search. If you didn't want to use any of the directions, you can just deselect those, and if you wanted, in this case I was doing all uppercase letters, I can change it and I can use lowercase letters if I want to. So I can go over here and I can, using lowercase and only those directions, so long as I have this slide active, when I click on the word search button, it will use what is on the slide to create the word search. Okay, so again, I could put in a hidden message if I wanted to. I'm going to choose not to in this case, and now it's creating, again with lowercase letters, my word search over there, and now only using horizontal and vertical directions because that's what I chose over there. I didn't want any diagonals. Okay, so that's what those buttons are for, and the capital and the lowercase ABC options over there. Now you can also have mixed if you want to. So over here I could make these capitalized like that, and I can choose the mixed option. Now if I choose the mixed option, then any letters that are capitalized in my words over here will be uppercase, and any letters that are lowercase in my words over here will be lowercase in the word search, and then all the extra spaces will be filled in with a mixture of capital or uppercase and lowercase letters. Okay, so now I'm going to go and create another version of this word search using mixed and all directions, and now you can see I've got a mixture of uppercase and lowercase letters, and over here in the solutions you can see that all of the words start with a capital letter because that's how they were over there. Okay, and then in all the extra spaces I've got random capital and lowercase letters all over the place. Okay, so that's how it works when you do mixed. Now I also want to show you with a different set of clues and words. In the example that I did before, the clues were just normal clues for the words, but you can also do clues in the form of fill in the blank type of clues. So if you want to do that, then you can do it like this, where you need to put into your clues blanks using underscores. As soon as the add-in detects that you've got underscores over there, it will realize that you are wanting fill in the blank clues, and then it will look a little bit different once it creates the word search. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now. So using these clues and words, I'm going to create my word search, and I'm going to click on OK, and now you'll see over here that it doesn't have the extra lines on the side over here for them to fill in because there is space for them to fill in the words in the fill in the blank spaces. And then in your solutions, those words have been filled in those places, and they're bold and underlined for you to easily see what they were. And so that's what it looks like when you have fill in the blank type of clues. Okay, so that's how the word search works. But as I said, you can also do number search and math search as well. So let me show you what those look like now. Okay, so let's go over here, and I'm going to start a new one. If I don't have a slide like this active when I click on the word search button, then it will start a new word search, adding a new slide after the slide that I'm on at the time. So now I don't have a clue slide in front of me that I can fill my clues in, so I'm going to click on here and it will bring up a new one for me to start with. Now because I have numbers, it is now saying that I can create a number search, and I need to fill in my clues if I want to, and my numbers. Okay, so here you can just fill in, again, like you could with the words, you can just fill in the numbers if you just want to give the students the numbers to look for on the number search. But you can also fill in clues as well, like this. So here I've got my clues are the math questions, and then here are the numbers that they would be searching for on the number search. And just like we could for this one over here, you can do fill in the blank type clues for the number search as well. So if you want to have a clue where it's like something plus a blank equals a number, where they are looking for the blank over here, then you can do that, and it will work the same as it did for the word search one where we had the fill in the blank clues. So you can do that as well. Okay, so long as you use underscores to indicate that there's a blank, then it will know that that's what you're doing. And also when you're doing fill in the blank, all of the clues have to be fill in the blank, otherwise it will treat it like this type over here. Okay, because it can't do a combination of the two. So over here we are going to now do, using these clues and those numbers, I'm now going to create my number search. So now you can see over here that they are being given the questions, they have to solve it, they need to find out what the number is, and then they're going to find that number in the number search. Now obviously you can see that each digit is in a separate block in this number search. So if they find the number, say for instance over here 6450, once they find it, it's going to be all separate blocks on the, so there's 6450, so that would be that one over there. Okay, so they would need to find, it's the same as a normal word search in the way that they need to find each of the characters in the number, or each of the digits in the number. Okay, if you want it to be different to that, if you want to have the whole number in the block, then you need to use the math search option. Now the math search option is quite different in the way that it works. Okay, so I'm going to show that to you now, but just quickly showing you what the solutions look like for this over here. So you can see there are all of the numbers that have been found and the filled in answers over there. Okay, so now I'm going to do the math search option. Okay, so now I'm going to go over here, click on that, and again you have space to fill in the clues, and you can also put in the math statements that you want. Now the math option is different to the numbers option, because with the maths option, when you are creating a math search, it's not going to have each digit in a separate block. It's going to put each number in its own block, and it's going to put the whole math statement into the math search. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to go and put in over here my math statements. So at the moment, I'm going to just leave it like this. I'm not going to put in the clues. I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'm just going to let you see what it looks like when I create it. Okay, so when I create it, it goes like this. Now it says that it has been created. Would I like to hide operation and equal signs on the math search so that students would need to fill them in themselves? So you can see over here, I've got whole numbers. I've got 50 equals 48, 7 plus 9, and so on. So here you can see 7 plus 9 equals 16. So that is one of the math statements that I had over there. That was this one over here, 7 plus 9 equals 16. Now you can choose to hide the operation signs so that the students would have to fill this in themselves once they find the question, or you can choose not to. So if you say yes, then those are all of the operation signs and equal signs are going to disappear. And when the students find the math statement in the math search over here, they would need to fill in those operation and equal signs themselves. Now, you can also, over here, take these questions and you can put them in over here, and you can replace numbers wherever you want to with blanks using underscores. Remember, I said anytime you want to fill in the blank, you need underscores. So I'm going to replace these with underscores. I need to have in every single question, otherwise it's not going to know that this is what I'm wanting to do. Okay, so once I have done that, I don't need to do anything different to this. Okay, so when you're using this one, you can just copy from here, paste in here, and replace whatever you want with underscores. And then when you create your math search, it will know that those are the missing values, and it will just replace those missing values with whatever is here in the solutions or on the solution slide. So I'm just going to go now and create that and let you see what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to click on there. Again, I can choose if I want to have the operation and equal signs removed or not. I'm going to say in this case no, because I want them to stay there. And now you can see over here that I've got my questions with the spaces for students to fill in the missing numbers. And then once they've filled in the missing number, then they know what to look for on here. Okay, then over here on the solution slide, you can see that those are filled in. They are underlined in bold so you can easily see them, and then obviously they're all found on the number search. Now, if you had wanted to have the operation signs hidden, you could just choose the yes option over here, and then they will all be hidden over there. So once they have found this, then they need to find it without being able to see the pluses and equals and minuses and whatever. To be able to help them to find it, it makes it a little bit more challenging for them. And then once they've found it, they can fill in those operation and equal signs, and they can highlight it so they show that they found it. And that is how you use the math search option when you're using the word puzzles. I hope that that has been helpful, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you. Goodbye.